are trying now the water tank or the water ball Wilson is having in his room parallel with the water bottle, because Rudolf avoids to touch the bottle. He don't touch the bottle anymore. We also had that issue with Barney, and I don't like a repeating loop of a kind of exorcism here in my apartment, and I'm pretty sure Rudolf don't like to take the same journey like Barney. So we are having now the water ball from Wilson here in, and his room and his space is being cleaned 3 to 4 times a week. Not 3 to 4 times a week, in an interval of 3 and 4 days. So when 3 and 4 days are over, we are cleaning it, and he is getting back all his wood and everything, but we don't clean it every day. There are guinea pig users or guinea pig owners who are cleaning it every day, but I recognized, even though as Barney was still alive, that they're losing their sniffing instinct, so they don't recognize anymore correctly which items belong to them and which are their partners and which are their I don't know how to explain it, which are the humans or animals they can trust. So if you do it regularly and with heavy cleaner, not in the case of Wilson, but in the case of Rudolf and Barney, they are losing their sniffing instinct, without any joke. So to summarize it, we clean it 1 or 2 times a week, and meanwhile nothing is smelling here, everything is fine, everything is neutral, there are no bad scents here, everything is good. Also he don't get infection on his paws, his fur is fine, and his teeth, everything is good. Even though after his eye accident I didn't know where this was coming from, as I had Rudolf for 1 week or so, he suddenly get a blurry eye, the eye got milky, and I was afraid that he's getting an infection, but everything went fine. I do not know where this was coming from. I also, still today, I do not know what happened to Barney, and I repeat myself from one day to another. He fell down on one side continuously, and it's like a paralysis shock or something. He was calm all the time, and then suddenly, like you have seen when Rudolf jumped, he is jumping correctly to an item. And Barney tried to jump, but he jumped around like crazy, so he had no direction where he could jump to. And the vet told me he is maybe blind or something like this, but I don't know if it's correct. So I'm still convinced that there was something, I do not know, something not right with his brain, because he couldn't coordinate what he liked to do. You know, when your brain is telling you you should do something, you're doing it. It's like a recovery from an accident. Your brain is telling you move the feet, and you need concentration, and then you can move the feet. And in Barney's case, it's like he is getting the signal from his brain that he should do something, but his body couldn't do the action. So every time when Barney ran around or jumped around or so, he jumped around like a maniac, and he crashed through this one heavily. He crashed through the house, he crashed on Rudolf, he crashed everywhere. And I tried with all the wood to stop him from running or jumping around. So it's like kind of I tried to rape him so that he don't hurt himself. He jumped around one time so heavily that one of his front teeth broke. There was a broke in his front teeth, and that happened 2 times. And also he bite on his nails. He was a nail biter. So in Rudolph's case, we have to cut his paws with it's a kind of baby scissor. I bought it scissor for a not high price once. So his paws and nails are getting trimmed with the scissor. So it's also a good protection for both, for human and for the animal. So there are no spikes, and you see where you should locate it, and then you close the scissor, and it works for the bunny and it works for Rudolf. But sometimes I do miss on this scissor the right doctor light, so to say, because these two are having dark nails, so it's sometimes tricky to find the right point where you should trim the nails without hurting the animal. So, and Barney did it on his own, without any joke. One day we woke it up. I think Rudolf was also surprised. He bite his nails pretty short, and I was shocked, and I have never saw that on a guinea pig. And like the thing that Barney jumped around like a maniac and broke his teeth. I think he also crushed his head pretty bad on the wood or something like this. It's like I do not know if he done that on purpose. It's like doing suicide or something like this. I do not know. So every time his brain gave him signals that he should do something, he did it, and his body couldn't follow this action. So it was really devastating to see all this. But I wasn't in the position to rape him all the time, and to give him and to stop his breath. You know, I couldn't do that really. It's not my aim to terrorize animals and to get him caught in a pretty nice little corner. So for example, it would be possible to get Barney in the wooden house and to close the door or the window or whatever you call it, which is the entry, so that he could move. But in the moment you are doing this, you are really not animal friendly, you are really not a good guinea pig owner when you're doing this, and you are also not a good guinea pig owner when you take your guinea pig to the vegetarian, and it's not to the vegetarian, to the vet, and delivering your guinea pig as kind of experimental issue or experimental project. We had that in past. In past, I had a really lovely guinea pig lady, and she struggled of cancer. And this guinea pig lady lost one eye and one front paw. She was blind on one eye, like the cat I owned once, and she lost a front paw because cancer spreaded so fast in his body. But she was really a tough lady. She survived all the surgery and something like this, but I couldn't do that again. Really, I have done that once, that I tried to save the guinea pig at the vet for whatever it costs, because when you have money you can buy all surgeries for the animal and you can buy everything to rescue the animal. But at the end, the cancer spreaded so fast at the guinea pig, it was not possible to save the guinea pig. So I told myself I will not do this again. That's why I haven't bought the medicine for Barney in his final days, and left everything to the rule of Mother Nature, so to say, because at the end it's a nature animal, and I've done a lot. I have removed all the parasites from him and everything which you can done with medicine and which you can done with kind of disinfection, but I haven't bought him the medicine to get him asleep or something like this. And I'm pretty sure every vet would have said at the moment, no, please give the guinea pig sleeping pills. And I told myself I will not do this again. When you have money you can really do a lot to animals, but it's up to you at the end how you treat animals, how you deal with the death of animals, and what are your experiences you made in past with animals and when they passing away. So in the case of Barney, I've decided not to do this. He was not even 1 year old, and he and Rudolf were friends from the very first beginning, and he had that accident as he was 4 years old. Not 4 years old, 4 months old, and I've decided to give them to the best time possible. Even though it was a hard time, I tried to deliver them the best time they could still have together, and I hope Rudolf have learned a lot from his companion, and I also learned a lot. And in Germany we have the saying, time is telling what is coming. So maybe he's getting a new companion, maybe the companion is male, maybe the companion is female. Rudolf has no problem in dealing with or living together with boys and with girls. So it's up to the nature, and I don't influence it in which way he likes to spend the rest of the summer or the rest of the autumn. Sometimes guinea pigs like each other, sometimes they don't, and it's up to the holder of the animal and to the animal itself where the journey goes. So that is a summary of the day we are having. So Rudolf is now back in his room and in his apartment or space, and Wilson is hopping around. He's waiting for his coconut balls to dry completely out, and so he's getting also his veggies in his place, and then we are enjoying all together a lovely Sunday. We just checked paws. We also checked paws of Wilson. We cutted his paws 1 week ago, and we are all fine. The ears are fine, the eyes are fine, the fur is fine, and we try to look on the beautiful side of life.